Yep. Yeah, you stinking old pile of junk.
Ever wonder why Al Bundy's car makes absolutely no sense? You know, that beat-up heap from Married with Children that somehow survived 11 seasons of abuse? Well, buckle up, because the truth about that car is way stranger than you thought. We're counting down 20 weird facts about Al's mysterious Dodge that's not actually a Dodge. And trust me, by the time we hit number 1, you'll never look at that rust bucket the same way again. Hit that like button if you remember this automotive disaster, and let's dive into one of television's most confusing car mysteries. Number 20. The car is living a double life. Here's where things get weird right off the bat. Al Bundy constantly refers to his car as a Dodge. He's proud of his Dodge. He defends his Dodge. He would never, ever drive anything but a Dodge. There's just one small problem. It's not a Dodge, it's actually a Plymouth Duster, specifically from around 1971 or 72. Now, you might think this is just a production mistake, but no. The show deliberately has Al calling it a Dodge throughout all 11 seasons while we're clearly looking at a Plymouth. It's like if someone kept insisting their cat was a dog while the cat sits there, meowing. The writers knew, the producers knew. They just decided to gaslight us all for over a decade, and somehow it worked. Number 19, the mysterious color-changing paint job. Remember when you were a kid and you had those Hot Wheels that change color in water? Well, Al's car did that too, except nobody ever explained why. The show used multiple physical cars over its run, and each one was painted a different color. First, there was a blue model in the early seasons, then suddenly it became bronze or tan, and eventually it turned red. But here's the kicker. The show never acknowledges these color changes, not once. Al never mentions getting a paint job. Nobody comments on the new look. The car just mysteriously transforms colors between seasons like some kind of automotive chameleon. It's as if the producers thought we wouldn't notice, or maybe they were testing how much continuity chaos viewers could handle before losing their minds. Number 18, the Million Mile Miracle. In one episode, the odometer on Al's car shows approximately 800,000 miles. Later, it's approaching 1 million miles. 1 million. Let that sink in. Most cars are ready for the scrapyard at 200,000 miles. 300,000 if you're lucky. But Al's Plymouth, pretending to be a Dodge, has driven the equivalent of circling the Earth 40 times. And it's still running. Sort of. This isn't just unrealistic, it's physically impossible. The engine would have disintegrated. The frame would have rusted into dust. The seats would have compressed into molecular particles. But in the Bundy universe, this car just keeps going like some kind of cursed immortal vehicle that refuses to die. Number 17, the screwdriver key. Innovation. You know how most people use keys to start their cars? Well, Al Bundy isn't most people. In several episodes, his car key is shown to be a screwdriver. Just a regular screwdriver, not a special ignition tool, not some high-tech device. A screwdriver. This detail perfectly captures the car's last-ditch repair status. It's held together by hope, duct tape, and apparently started with hardware store tools. The fact that Al carries around a screwdriver instead of car keys and nobody finds this strange tells you everything about the Bundy family's relationship with normalcy. Number 16, the Frankenstein's monster. Theory. According to the show's lore, Al's car might be made from the parts of other dead Dodges, or Plymouths, or whatever they could find in the junkyard that week. The show jokes that it's cobbled together from automotive corpses, like some kind of vehicular Frankenstein's monster. This actually explains a lot. Why the color keeps changing. Different body panels. Why it won't die. It's already undead. Why Al insists it's a Dodge when it's clearly a Plymouth. Maybe the engine is from a Dodge. Or the steering wheel. Or that one bolt holding the bumper on. It's less of a car and more of an automotive greatest hits compilation. Number 15, the brand loyalty paradox. Here's where Al's car situation gets even more confusing. Plymouth and Dodge were both under the same parent company, Chrysler. They shared platforms, engines, and many components. Yet Al loudly and repeatedly insists he would only drive a Dodge. He actively declines Plymouth vehicles. He's disgusted by the mere suggestion of owning a Plymouth. Meanwhile, he's literally driving a Plymouth every single day. It's like refusing to eat at McDonald's while sitting in a McDonald's. Eating a Big Mac, but insisting it's actually Burger King. The cognitive dissonance is spectacular. Number 14, the car wash revelation. In the episode Get the Dodge Out of Hell, we discover something shocking about Al's car. The family has been seeing it as brown or tan for years. They just assumed that was its color, then they wash it, and suddenly, it's red. The car was so dirty, so covered in decades of grime and neglect that nobody knew what color it actually was. Not even the people who rode in it every day. This isn't just dirty, this is archaeological levels of filth. You could probably carbon date the dirt layers. There were probably new species of bacteria evolving in that grime. Number 13, the license plate mystery. The license plates on Al's car change multiple times throughout the series. In one season, it reads 2RPH72. Later, it becomes 61 CMS2. No explanation, no acknowledgement, they just change. It's like the car exists in multiple dimensions simultaneously, and we're seeing different versions leak through. Or maybe the DMV just gave up trying to keep track of this automotive anomaly and started assigning it random plates, hoping one would stick. Number 12, the time-traveling model year. The show can't even agree on what year the car is. In one episode, it's claimed to be a 1974. In another, it's a 1971. Sometimes it's a 72. It's like the car exists outside of linear time, aging and reverse aging depending on what the plot needs. This isn't just a continuity error, it's a complete breakdown of temporal reality. The car is simultaneously 3 different years at once, which might explain why it never dies. It's too confused about when it exists to know it should have stopped existing 20 years ago. Number 11, the Unbreakable Bond. Despite being the worst car in television history, Al remains fiercely loyal to it. He resists replacing it, he defends it against insults, he treats it better than he treats most people. This becomes a running gag representing his misfortune, but it's also weirdly touching. In a world where everything in Al's life disappoints him, his job, his family, his dreams, at least his car is consistently terrible. There's comfort in that reliability. You know exactly what you're getting with Al's car, which is nothing good, but at least it's predictably nothing good. Number 10, the taillight detective work. Automotive enthusiasts have spent way too much time analyzing this car. They've identified specific taillights, trim pieces, and bodywork that definitively prove it's a 1972 Plymouth Duster. Not a 71, not a 74, definitely not a Dodge. The evidence is overwhelming. The grille shape, the marker lights, the bumper configuration, it all screams Plymouth Duster. Yet the show continues the charade. It's like a murder mystery where everyone knows who did it. We have video evidence, DNA, and a confession, but the detective keeps investigating other suspects. Number 9, the mismatched parts, Symphony. The interior and exterior condition of the car is portrayed as a complete disaster. Rust holes you could put your fist through, seats that leak stuffing, a roof that leaks rain, doors that don't match, bumpers held on by wire. This isn't just a bad car, it's modern art. It's a rolling sculpture dedicated to automotive suffering. Every mismatched part tells a story of desperation, of last-minute repairs with whatever was available, of a man too stubborn to admit defeat. It's beautiful in its ugliness. Number 8, the million-mile marketing stunt. In one storyline, the car manufacturer tries to give Al a new car when his hits 1,000,000 miles. It's supposed to be a promotional stunt, great publicity for the company, except they didn't count on Al Bundy. He doesn't want a new car. He wants his terrible, falling apart Plymouth pretending to be a Dodge. The company is baffled. They're offering him a free, brand new vehicle, and he's turning it down for a car that barely qualifies as scrap metal. It's like winning the lottery and asking if you can keep your debt instead. Number 7, the secret performance mystery. Here's something weird. The car Al drives was originally not a high-performance model, it was a basic economy car from the early 70s, yet some fans jokingly suggest it must have a big engine, like a 340 cubic inch monster based on model kit commentary. Why? Because there's no other explanation for how it keeps running. Maybe under all that rust and grime is secretly the most powerful engine ever created. Maybe that's why it won't die. It's not a regular Duster, it's a super Duster disguised as garbage. Number 6, the time capsule effect. Although the car is just a compact intermediate from the early 1970s, the show treats it like an ancient relic that's been with the family since the dawn of time. It represents stagnation, the Bundys' inability to move forward, to improve their situation. The car isn't just transportation, it's a metaphor. It's their lives on wheels, broken, embarrassing, but somehow still functioning enough to get by. Every ding, every rust spot, every mechanical failure mirrors the family's own dysfunction. Number 5, the color continuity chaos. The color changes from blue to bronze to tan to red are never explained in the show's universe. Sometimes it contradicts earlier statements about the car's appearance. It's like the writers had a meeting and decided continuity was for quitters. The truly bizarre part is that nobody in the show seems to notice. Peggy doesn't say, "Hey Al, when did you paint the car red?" Kelly doesn't ask why their blue car is now tan. It's as if everyone in the Bundy universe has selective color blindness that only affects this one specific vehicle. Number 4, the archaeological grime theory. Fans have theorized that the brown look in early seasons wasn't paint at all. It was decades of accumulated dirt, grime, and substances best not identified. This plays into the joke that the car never gets washed ever. Think about it. If you never washed a car for 20 years, what color would it be? Not its original color, that's for sure. It would be the color of neglect, the shade of giving up, the hue of automotive depression. That's not brown paint, that's a protective layer of failure. Number 3, the comic timing machine. The show uses the car as a perfect comedic device. It breaks down at the worst possible moment. Al has to push it when it fails. It makes sounds that cars shouldn't make. It's not just a prop, it's a comedy partner. The car has better comic timing than some actors. Just when Al needs it most, it fails. Just when he's trying to impress someone, it embarrasses him. It's like the car has its own consciousness dedicated entirely to making Al's life worse. Number 2, the Great Dodge Plymouth debate. The mismatch between what Al calls the car and what it actually is has spawned countless debates on car forums. People have written essays about this. They've analyzed frame rates to identify exact model specifications. They've compared production codes. Some argue it's intentional commentary on Al's delusions. Others think it's the longest-running production error in television history. There are conspiracy theories. There are academic papers. All because a fake TV dad can't correctly identify his own car. Number 1. The Immortal Character. The car appears in all 11 seasons of the show, making it as much a character as the family home or the living room couch. Think about that. This car had more screen time than some recurring human characters. It outlasted plot lines, relationships, and running gags. It survived every attempt to destroy it, every accident, every mishap. In a show about a family that never changes, never grows, never escapes their situation, the car is the perfect symbol. It's not going anywhere, literally and figuratively, but somehow it keeps going. The car isn't just transportation, it's a family member. A rusty, unreliable, mysteriously color-changing family member that might be 2 different brands simultaneously. Some model makers have even built detailed replicas, complete with magazines in the trunk and 6-packs behind the seats, proving that this disaster of a vehicle has achieved a weird kind of immortality. It's the worst car in television history, and that's exactly what makes it perfect. And there you have it, 20 facts about Al Bundy's car that prove reality is optional when you're creating television magic. Did you catch all these details when you watched the show? Or were you too distracted by Al's hand permanently stuck in his pants? Drop your favorite Married with Children car moment in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more bizarre television mysteries that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about your favorite shows. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes a Dodge is a Plymouth, and sometimes television just doesn't have to make sense.